Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is... Wait. 3, 2... Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Philip Russell, aka The Real Slim Shaggy, and we are back in Planet Coaster. Welcome. I know it's been a hot minute since we had our last update, and we have grown immensely. So we're gonna show you all what has been done, and then tell you the exciting news to come. So I just wanted to make sure we got this complete park tour now that we've got most of everything finished, all of the T's crossed and all of our I's dotted, so to speak. So without further ado, this is Triple Pines Adventures, located in Longview, Texas. Alright, so we are going to start where everyone gets to start, and that is at the main parking entrance. So you'll be greeted with our friendly parking staff, where either if you have a season pass, you can just scan your pass and go, or you can pay for parking if it's just a one-day visit. And our parking is never outrageous. As you can see, read the sign, parking is only $5. Now, if you want to be right up front, that goes up to $20. Alright, so we're going to go right on in. Whoop! Got a little fast there, sorry. Alright. So, when you are up here at the front, like you've seen before, we have our main entrance. And to the right, you can buy our season passes, which are still on sale, by the way. It's only $79.99. And then if you want to just come in for the day or buy a 2-day ticket, you can come over to our ticket booths. Or you can just skip the lines altogether and buy them online. So we are going to go over here to the gift shop real quick before we enter. We have stroller rentals right here. And of course, almost every building has a Wi-Fi, in case you want to update your friends and family of the fun you're having at Triple Pines Adventures. We have all the usual friendly staff. Put all the sights and sounds for you guys. Try to go real slow so it's not so smeary, because we're getting 16 frames per second. So yeah, this is our gift shop. Come back here. Try on some merch. Get a postcard for your friends and family. And of course, you can purchase Planet Coaster at any one of our gift shops. They're a great sponsor. Alright, so we're going to pause this real quick to help with the frames. And we're going to go right on in. Now, I'm going to kind of skip over some of the stuff we've already looked at. I'm going to give you a big overview, kind of a map view of the park. So there, we'll back it up just a smidge. There we go. So this is our map type view. We got our drone way up in the sky, and it's okay because we have a huge and it's okay that we're this high because we actually own the airspace right above it up to I think we paid for 800 feet around the park. That way we have no problem filming or doing anything. Alright, so like I said, we're gonna go over some of the new things. I think the last update that we released was we were working on the the Top's Thrill Dragster Plaza. So let's go back down to Park View. There we go. Alright, so the first thing you will notice is that the iconic chair swing ride that has been here since day one is no longer here. So the ride attendance has been dropping and no one seems to be riding it since we got some more thrilling rides. So it kind of just sat there. We only had, I think in a year's time we only had like 300 visitors, and it might seem like a lot, but over the span of the season, that's not. And it can dwindle and dwindled. And then this last year, it really didn't run at all, and we had to pay staff to run it and keep it maintained. And so we just decided to take it out. But we didn't want to take out this focal point, the roundabout as we call it. So we decided to bring it in here and make it a rest area. So you can come in here with your family and grab a drink or some snacks from our vending machines. Take a little sit down. We got a little picture area right in front of our iconic boomerang. And of course we got these fun little shades to shade you from the summer heat. Now my computer's being dumb. It keeps skipping every like 3 seconds. It like freezes. When I bought this computer, everybody's like, oh yeah, the RTX 2060 Super is awesome. Yeah, well, not for Planet Coaster apparently. One day, maybe I'll get a 3080 or better. And a better CPU. But anyway, back to the park. So we're going to go right over here. And we have added a churros restaurant. It's still a grab and go, but we give you a themed place to sit down and eat. And we also added these fountains and some foliage. We also have this fun fountain that you can walk through. Like that dubstep music? Okay, so we're going to turn that off for a second. Yes, we still have the grand opening sign, even though it has been open for a while. This still is the first season that it's open. So later on, we'll probably just change the name to this new plaza area. Some other things we've updated is we've gotten for the most part, all of our backstage areas set up to where our mechanics and janitors and all of our staff can do what they need to do, move things around without disturbing any of the guests. And all the trash and all the supplies that go into making this park function are tucked away behind these nice fences. Alright, so let's give an overview of this plaza. So since we've been here last, I don't think it was completely finished. We finished everything out. We added some seating areas so you can eat and relax. And this awesome focal point that is themed to drag racing. I love the gardeners. They do such an amazing job keeping this placing look amazing. So that's like the fountain. Alright, so we moved the, what was it, the Starburst area, like concessions over here, rethemed it, and yeah, I think it works really, really well. And of course, we got Octane over here with a fully themed queue line, and it really comes to life at night. We got some fun lights and everything. And of course, over here, we have another bathroom unit. Can never have too many of those. And of course, the exit for Top Thrill Dragster. We got another little grab and go units here, concession stands, some more seating. And we got our advertisements all in place.
Absolutely amazing. The coaster that breaks every height and speed.
So that plays so everybody can get hyped up for this amazing coaster. But we're going to get to that in a minute. So before you jump onto this coaster, we have lockers because the nature of the ride, we don't technically allow any devices on any of our rides just for safety purposes. We do have we do make concessions for if someone wants to film, you can bring a GoPro, but it must be attached to your person and it has to be first approved at one of our information booths. So what you do is you would say, hey, I want to get a video of this ride for whether it be a YouTube channel, whatever, we really don't care, but it has to be an action camera that could be attached to your person. So you'll go to the information, you'll explain, and then they'll give you a pass for that device. And when you go onto the ride, you'll show the pass to the attendant at the beginning and to the attendants working the ride. If you do not have that pass, they will ask you, no matter what kind of device it is, to put it in the bins or the lockers. This one, we actually do not allow any devices whatsoever just because of the nature of the ride. So you must come here. It is free. You just have to put your name and information in the kiosks. And you know how locker works, so I'm not going to bore you. We put in some Carnival games because I love Carnival games. I think every park should have it. They're just fun for the whole family. If you're not into, big on the rides, this gives you something to do. Got them there. Another thing you can do, which we're super, super excited about, is the Retro Arcade. You can grab all your tickets and stuff here. We have the ticket machines. As you can see, I haven't actually made them yet. I was looking for TK items, which will replace those. But it is fully functioning when this section of the park is open. We have a bathroom in there too as well. So for all you who don't like to ride, we like to have some things that you can do. Speaking about opening, we have had lower attendance. So we are not fully open. Right now we only have our newest section open, the Triple Pines Forest, or whatever we're going to name it. That is open right now, but everything else is closed down for now just because of low attendance and the season is coming to a close. So to wrap up before we get to the main event in this plaza, this is Vortex. And I loved how this ride turned out. Because at first it was kind of, before I got this section, which we'll get to that in a minute, it was kind of just out there. It was just a blank slate, and it was just kind of like not developed yet, if that makes any sense. So I loved the queue line from day one, though. We weaved them in between these trees That way you get some shade from the summer sun, and you get a little behind the scene look. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm trying not to yawn. You get a behind the scene look and a unique perspective of Top Thrill Dragster while you wait. Alright, so let's mow through all these trees. Oh, we'll just pass by this like it doesn't exist. Here's another little grab and go unit if you want some concessions. Now we're going to go into Top Thrill Dragster. We have another commercial hyping you up. Alright, now we have a lot of TVs, and the reason is if you could see this line, and the nature of this ride only allows us to have one train at a time. So if you're standing somewhere way back here, if you're here at the line, it's 3-hour wait. And that's if there's no downtime. So once you're about here, it's about 2.5. So we actually have a documentary of how this was built and all the mechanics that go into Top Thrill Dragster. So we have that for entertainment. And we also know that there might be some young people. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. I couldn't fight it any longer. We also have some cartoons for the young ones. Got some Scooby-Doo, some classic coasters. Classic cartoons here, because when you're about here, it's still another hour, hour and a half. And since this is a long wait, we do have a machine here that sells refreshments. And of course, sponsored by Coca-Cola, we have an ad. That's who pays for some of the maintenance. So you can get it here, because once you get to the stairs part, it's still going to be at least, on a good day, 35 minutes to 45 minutes. So you get here. And of course, if you have can't talk today. If you have bought one of those refreshing drinks, there you can throw it away up here. So yeah, that is Top Thrill Dragster. Now let's talk about this area. We call this like the Breezeway. The only thing in there is the kind of the adult hangout. You can buy coffee. It looks like a bar, but it's not really. It's still family friendly, but it's more geared to young adults and adults. That's the only thing in this little breezeway. Next, we're coming to one of our newest sections, which I really, really love, and it's called The Abandoned. It's on the stylings of The Last of Us and let's see, The Last of Us, The Walking Dead, and actually Divergent, the Divergent series, because that's still kind of an abandoned thing. So that's the theme of this. So we have two entrances. We have the one through the Breezeway, and also if you're already in the Plaza, Top Thrill Dragster Plaza, you can come in through here, and you're greeted with this. We have a coffee shop here. Abandoned quotey fingers. A shop here. We also have a bathroom over here. And if you come in through this way, we also have, looks like an abandoned carnival. That's what we were trying to go for. Like, this was an abandoned city, and we had like a little carnival section. So we have every little aspect. We have the small town aspect, we have the neighborhood aspect, we have a carnival aspect, and also a fair, and the high-rise cityscape. abandoned, and a factory. All in one this little all in this little all wrapped up into this little mini section. So I really enjoyed it. And I love that I can't talk. 3, 2. I love that almost everywhere in our park you can be totally immersed in whatever section you are in. Just besides this, you'll see this everywhere. Kind of hard to hide a 400-foot roller coaster, but you'll be fully immersed in whatever section of the park you're in. We try to do that, try to make the sight lines to really fully immerse the guests. So anyway, oh, another one. We have a nod to Shaun of the Dead as well. As you can see, this is the Winchester. This is a restaurant. You go in. If you come over here, we have an abandoned, again, quotey fingers, abandoned wild mouse coaster. It looks pretty rough and really dangerous, but it's not. We just like to make it look that way. And over here we have the nod to The Walking Dead. We have another one else towards the end of this section. Alright, so we're going to go down the little town area. Here's another generic pub. We just use this building for storage of all kinds of things for the park. And here we're going to switch to nighttime. We actually have a zombie section. It's pretty cool. That's for our night. We also have another information desk. Like I said, if you want to have those special items like umbrellas, park maps, general information, and the special waivers for filming. We also have a little health station just in case someone were to get sick or the unfortunate accident happens. We have a fully equipped medical staff here to attend to the guests who need some medical attention. Now we have a little cove here. I love this section because everything else looks kind of abandoned and dreadful. But then we have this nice little section where you can come and eat. So I love that. Now if we swing over here, we have our second nod to The Walking Dead, which is the RV. It's a replica of the one they used in the show. And behind it, we have a replica of, or a nod to, the big Ferris wheel that was in the Divergent books and films, where Triss and Four climbed up while they're playing the paintball game. That's another nod to that. And we have over here, we call this the Ring. It's kind of like the factory part of a town. And yeah, so we got this this is the exit. Just kind of just the generic ring of fire. Tons of different names for these. So yeah, now we're going to be entering into the city part of the experience. We've got some shops here, got ATM, pizza, some more bathrooms. These bathrooms may look scary, but but trust me, when you go in, all of our bathrooms are nice and clean, kept up, even though it looks awful on the outside. We run around here, got another ATM, and this is the other entrance from the pirate section. Alright, so I'm not going to go into any of these because I already done a tour, I believe, with that. And while we're going over to one of the attractions here, I'm going to give you a little teaser of what we're going to be doing. We're going to be reimagining our pirate theme. And it's been gone through And it's already gone through a couple reimaginings, and it's already gone through a couple of changes, just like over here. This whole Plaza area used to be just one ride. I love the Plaza area, by the way. Adds more diversity to the different things we could put in there. Um, so, not to spoil too much, but our contract is running out for the Pirates of the Caribbean from Disney. There's no talk of reinstating or coming up with a new contract. So, we thought about just when the contract ends, just rebranding it to a generic pirate theme. But we had some bigger ideas. We're still working on them. Nothing's set in stone yet. But we might be taking the Pirates of the Caribbean ride completely out and replacing it with something new. So that is on the horizon. Another thing is we're talking about taking out this facade. We're definitely going to be taking out the Flying Dutchman because it gets so little attendance, just like the chair swing, and we're going to take it out. That is definitely going. We're not sure about the facade behind there yet. Another thing is that's gotten low attendance, which we thought wouldn't, is the new Jolly Roger. If you've been to the park, if you're average, if you're, if, how do I want to say this? If you are a seasoned veteran of coming to Trail Pines Adventure, if you've been here since day one or close to it, you would know that there used to be a kiddie coaster in this area. And that didn't get a lot of attendance either. So we thought to modernize it and bring it to where the whole family can enjoy. And we didn't have much, at the time, we didn't have any wooden roller coasters. And we just took out, if you remember, the big wooden roller coaster. I forgot. Oh, something Derby. I don't even remember the name. It's been so long. But we took that out, so we wanted to put something back in that was made of wood. So we thought this would be amazing. Family coaster. Kind of thrilling, but not too thrilling. But we wanted to give it the whole 9 yards, modernize it, kind of give it like a boardwalk theme. And we got some, eating places. We got a little gift shop. So we went the whole 9 yards. And unfortunately, it wasn't that popular. So our plan is for here too to take out the actual ride itself, leave the station, leave everything else, and just try to fit another coaster here or another ride and maybe utilize this space as well if we need to make it bigger. So that's some little updates on that. But we're going to skim over this because you guys already know all of that. Ooh, blur, blur, blur. Okay. Now we're going on to our kids area. It first was just this kids palace. Oops. Gulpy's Playhouse. And it has a restaurant. It's kind of the same along the lines of like Chuck E. Cheese or something. So we have the jungle gyms all around. We got a little arcade. Of course, eating, restrooms. We had an entertainer, but this section is technically closed. The restaurant's open, but everything else is closed. But it evolved to something a whole lot more. And this is what we have. My stupid computer would stop skipping. So we have a variety of everything. We got antique cars, but not your average antique cars because it goes uphill. And it has a little show that goes along with it. As you can see, it's very popular. We have some games stalls, both carnival style and kind of like a boardwalk style. Of course, we have your grab and go units. Then we have a kiddie coaster over here. It's pretty good. I've ridden it. It's pretty thrilling. As you can see, it's popular. Then we have the Starflyer, which is actually, well, Starflyer. Themed to like a beach surf shack. And of course we got our little Lego section over here for like restrooms. I think we have burgers and french fries. So now we're going to move on to our latest section that we just opened, and this is the only section that's really open besides the kids area. And we haven't really given it a name yet. We always have a alpine forest type section in every one of our parks, excluding our boardwalk park for now. It's either going to be wood section or a western section in every one of our parks, just because we're triple pines resorts, kind of our signature. So you know how I was saying that we put that other wooden roller coaster in there because we didn't have any? Well, now we do, and this has been a very popular one. And it's called Grizzly. This is what I'd say like an intermediate thrill ride. I love that. Then we have my absolute favorite Carnival midway ride of all time, and that is the Zipper. And we have one of those, but we couldn't just throw one in there just because it makes it look like a carnival. So we had to theme it. So we themed it to Triple Pines Sawmill. And it works perfectly. And it also ups this ante on the scare factor because it looks like you're going to slam into this. But you don't, because we're all about safety. Alright. And down in the comments, if I'm going too fast or too slow or too detailed, just let me know. I like to improve. Alright, so we got this main plaza area. And over here we got some more shops, restrooms, sitting area. And then over here we have our railway. Now I think every medium to large park should have some type of railway, whether it be transport or just a circuit. And we chose to do circuit because the way our park is set up is kind of like interwoven together, and we have a lot of pathways for the staff, so we didn't want to interrupt all that. So instead of trying to figure out how to make the train go all the way around and have multiple stations, we just thought, well, we just thought to make use of all of this empty space around this coaster, which we'll get to in a minute, and move in some trees, plant some trees, and it turned out great. I love the ride. It's scenic. You get some awesome moments with the coasters, and it's amazing. It's a good, gentle ride. Now, we also have this little main feature. Love it. Again, a park isn't a park without some good gardeners, good foliage. Alright, so we got a coffee shop up here. I love how it's like not flat, it's up. And we do not technically have a ramp for this one, but we do have other coffee shops real close, so we decided we didn't have to. We do have a restroom up here, but we do have one behind us and over here, so we are to code. We don't technically have to have a ramp if everything that's inaccessible is accessible somewhere else. And of course, again, Wi-Fi. So if you're not into going to standing in line, you can just come to one of our many vending machines. And they sell the same products that we do in our grab and go units. Like I said, here's the other bathroom. Now we're going to be transitioning kind of still triple pines, the pine woods section, but it's a winter. So think of it as like a winter ski resort lodge type thing. We got their photo point 4, and I'm finally going to reveal the name. Everest. And it's apparently broken down. Way to go. But this is our newest headliner coaster. It used to be this guy way over here. But this one is actually more popular because we can run 3 trains at once, pump a lot of guests through, and I would say, depending on what you like or dislike, it's technically not as thrilling or scary as going straight up and straight down and launching super fast. So it's kind of like we have 2 main rides, but for 2 different demographics. Of course, this one's shut down for now. But yeah, Everest is our newest main attraction, and it is worth the investment. I love it, and so does the guests. Over here, we want to stick with like a Christmas winter theme, kind of like Christmas year round. So that's what we did. And we got milkshakes, fries. Oh, here we go again. Sorry, guys. And some donuts and stuff like that. As you can see, it's very popular. 60-minute wait, which is actually shorter than usual. Alright, so I think that covers everything so far. We have finished all of our fences for the most part. We just finished that actually a few weeks ago. So that is Triple Pines Adventure as it is right now. Alright, so now on to the news. The thrilling news that I promised you in the beginning. We are going to be making an entire new park. Almost, of course, it can't be exactly the same, but we are going to be making a Triple Pines Adventures 2. That's not what it's going to be named, but that's our placeholder for now. But we are going to have, it's going to be modeled off of the same parking lot area, same exact entrance, and we might even keep the roundabout, and we're going to try to mimic this whole section over here with all the way from Everest over to the Kids Palace, but everything else will be completely different. So there won't be any pirate section or the wasteland section, the abandoned section. That's all going to be different. So we are trying to look somewhere in the, we're not sure yet. I know we have a park in Arizona, which is our old Tucson park, but this one's in Longview. We don't want them too close together because they'll compete with each other, and then that'll hurt sales at both of them. So we're still looking, I believe, in Texas. We're not sure yet, but just know that there is going to be another amazing Triple Pines adventure in the future. I was going to say near future, but we're not sure when on everything yet. But that is on the very distant horizon. Alright, you guys, thank you so much. If you have made it this far, you are awesome. You must either like Planet Coaster or is very invested in Triple Pines Adventures or Triple Pines Resorts, which is probably the latter. But I always end my videos with encouragement, so remember, spread love, not hate, and when life gets blurry, adjust your focus. And until next time, I am the Real Slim Shaggy, and we will see you in the park.